It's an island foodscape takeover. If anybody asks, we call it permaculture. Planting seeds, we secure our family's future. What you give is what you got from the roots on up. What you give is what you got from the roots on up. What you give is what you got from the roots on up. Yeah.
Aloha, I'm Erika.
And I'm Dash, and we are with Hip Agriculture.
And today we're going to be sharing with you a farm fresh Thai-inspired curry. This is something that we create together for our family and how we impress our friends.
I think we're always trying to level up our curry game with the spices we grow on the land and how we mix them up to just make some delightful flavors. We have some of the key ingredients in the Thai coconut milk soup, which a lot of people know as tom kha, that is so delightful. And the secret ingredient is the galangal, which is a very spicy kind of ginger relative that's a little more floral. It's a very fragrant, super delightful fragrance. And so we use the galangal, the lemongrass, and the kaffir lime with the chilies. That's like the base for a really good Thai coconut milk soup. There's other curry pastes that we make in the mortar and pestle, and we'll hand pound those and mix those ingredients up and then, throw them on the hot oil, and that kind of releases the fragrance and it starts smelling up the kitchen, and then you can start stir frying all the vegetables, add your tofu or your meat or whatever you're gonna make.
A paste like this, I would just store in a jar after I make it, and it lasts for a couple weeks. If there's more, I've made more than I can use in a week because I'm not just put it in the freezer, and it's gonna last a lot longer for you. So we're gonna put in also here, we have some bell pepper that was grown on island. We have our lemongrass, galangal. We're gonna put in our kaffir lime leaf. This is really important, that limey zest. We're gonna throw in, how much chili peppers?
3.
3. So
3 is gonna be a spicier one. 2 is like mild.
Okay.
For me.
And then also something that we love, and a lot of times we just fry it in some coconut oil, and when it's crispy, it's like a little chip for our kids, or it's a nice garnish on top of a soup. But here we can also blend it into some curry, and this is curry leaf. That's also very aromatic.
Curry leaf is an incredible tree or shrub that's grown throughout and utilized a lot in southern Indian cuisine, but it's a potent antioxidant. It's got a carbazole alkaloid in it that's like extremely good at erasing free radicals. So that's a good one to grow and have in your backyard.
A lot of times I don't worry about peeling the turmeric and the ginger, so we're just gonna use it with the skin. We're gonna put all of this ginger in. Let's see, got enough going, and we might have to just add a little bit of water. I'm gonna add the salt. That's gonna really help with, salt is a preservative, right? And so adding this salt in is gonna make it last in the fridge a little bit longer.
What do you want to like about that?
Yeah, that looks great. So all of these things here, we just grow in our kitchen garden, and if you need to just source them, you can from the farmer's market or the grocery store. And when it comes to quantity, it's just all about preference and flavor. Curry in India means spice mix, and there's so many spice mixes out there depending on, and just use what you have. So we used 3 stalks of lemongrass, a few leaves of curry leaf, and I would say a nice big thumb of ginger, and we also used about a big thumb of galangal. We threw in 3 chili peppers, and I also had a little bit of onion already chopped, so that'll be just adding to the curry as well.
Some bell peppers, some salt, a little bit of water. And again, it's just a spice mix to your liking. And you experiment with it, have fun.
Sometimes it can come out too spicy. All right, here we go. Just see how the blender takes it. Nice.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. That's a green curry paste right there.
So nice, so fresh.
So let me show you guys how this looks. And in this way, we can stir fry it in a little bit of oil, then add our vegetables, and then this is when we would add our coconut milk and make our tom kha curry. We put tofu in ours, or you can do some chicken and lots of vegetables. We're gonna make a quick pizza sauce out of tomato paste. We have some tomato paste here, just straight out of the can. I kind of keep a few in my cupboard always. Then we're just going to add some garlic. And just scraping that off. So we're going to add some salt. So this is a pizza sauce, really easy. Add whatever fresh herbs. All we've done is garlic and salt. We're going to add some oil because oil makes everything great. Olive oil is really healthy. Just remember to get the extra virgin olive oil. And then my favorite, rosemary. It's something that can help with your memory, and it's full of antioxidants. So adding herbs and spices to your cooking not only adds flavor, but it's going to add to your health. We're going to move on to the oregano. And also what grows really great here in Hawaii is the tropical oregano. You can use that as well. It's a real broad, more thick, succulent leaf. And there we have our tomato sauce. You know, and if you just have any dried herbs in your, just use the dried herbs, Italian mix. You know what I mean? It's fun to have Italian mix, a pre-made mix. You don't have to have the fresh herbs. But there you go. You don't even have to buy a can of pizza sauce. We're going to be making a pesto, and really the chief ingredient in here, the main ingredient, is basil. We're also going to be including some lemon juice, salt, olive oil, garlic, and a lot of people use Parmesan cheese, Romano, and what we're going to use that I forgot over here is a nut. I use macadamia nuts. The last time we made a pesto we used cashews. It came out sweet and delicious. Pine nuts are delicious. I love pine nuts, but they're a little bit more expensive. So it's similar to our tomato sauce, but instead of tomato, the base is basil. Basil as the base, as the base, basil as the base. And a lot of times I have my kids pick the basil off the stem. I'm going to be busy making the pizza crust, or you know what I mean. My kids need to be involved in the kitchen. I don't want them just sitting around on their iPads doing video games. They got to be a part of this. If you're really doing a big batch and you have a lot of basil to process, the first thing to do with your basil that we learned from Dash's Italian grandmother and grandfather is that we blanch it in hot water and take it out. And so what that helps do is that it doesn't brown. If you ever notice, if you make basil or pesto with fresh basil, it turns brown on the top. So when you blanch it, it helps stop that oxidative process, and your pesto is going to stay green. Even though your leaves turn slightly less green through the blanching, in the end it's going to keep longer and looking fresher. We're going to squeeze some lemon, and I'm really into lemon, so sometimes I make my pesto more lemony. Then we're going to just add in some salt, because everything needs salt. We're going to add in those cashews like I talked about. This is just happen to have these on hand, but again, you can use any nut. And I'm going to grab these garlic here and just throw it in. The blender's going to take care of it. And plenty of oil. And let's see how this turns out. We have a nice pesto here. So maybe I'll just give it a little taste to see how it is, and if it needs more salt, if it needs more garlic, whatever it is, but it looks creamy enough. Let's see. Well, definitely salty enough, which is good. Definitely basil-y enough. And this is a vegan one. A lot of times I just do vegan, but if you have parm and like things cheesy, go ahead and do that. Our pesto's nice and green and bright. We're gonna have a really awesome pesto and a pizza sauce. It's great to have both options, and if you really want to go for it, you can put both.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and hope you guys get some inspiration for the kitchen.